What's going on, everyone? We're going to cover Toshi. Not only are we going to talk about Toshi, we're going to talk about the entire markets here. So, between the last 36 to 48 hours, the whole markets, right? Not just Toshi, the whole markets have just been absolutely imploding. We had Bitcoin down, below 90,000, below 89,000, below 88, all the way down to like 86,000. Everything was just seemingly falling off a cliff, and for what? Right, like no real reason. You still have BlackRock aggressively buying, Michael Saylor aggressively buying, Trump and his people aggressively buying. Like there's all kinds of big people aggressively buying. My thoughts again, you can think whatever you want to think. My thoughts is this. They're doing a lot of these orders OTC, so it's not gonna move that spot price through the exchange that you're necessarily buying your crypto through, and they're kind of suppressing it. And like when they get in with such significant size, you can start peeling off of that position, and it's going to drop the price. And when it drops the price, it's going to cause your normal retail investor to start panicking and just get sick and tired of it. And truly what happens is, the average retail investor can hold, and then they can be in a little bit of negative position, but they get tired, and then they start getting restless, and then it's kind of like, oh my gosh, how many days can I sit here and be red? And it's like it's definitely a mind game on the retail investor, because it just wears you out and it's mentally stressful, and then you end up selling. And then when you least expect it, whether it's this week, whether it's next month, whether it's in 90 days, when you least expect it, you're looking at the chart and you're like, oh wow, it's over the price that I originally had it at. And then you think to yourself, well, I don't think that, if I buy here, it's going to probably pull back again. So I'll just wait for it to get a little stronger. And then it's double the price of what you were in at. So like imagine for Toshi, right? Imagine if you had an average price between 5 and 8, okay? And you just get so mentally worn out and beat down, and you kind of sell out of your position, and you tell yourself, I'll just buy back in later when it gets back to my original price, or when I see us start to really push up, or I hear something in the markets. That might come so fast to where Toshi's trading at 10, 11, 12, and now you're in over double of what you would have already had your position on, right? So what I like here is Toshi seemingly, even though we flushed down into the fours, and I was asleep. I wish I would have been able to catch that into the fours. I did add another million tokens down here in the mid fives, closer to like 5.6, 5.7, somewhere around there, 5.3. I forget what it was. But we're holding up fairly well, considering what's going on. And if we kind of look at this chart, if you look back, we're still holding this whole golden pocket. So this whole golden pocket was always, ever since the initial pullback. This golden pocket right here, where this orange line is, this, like, it looks gray on your guys' screen, or it looks brown on your guys' screen. This golden pocket was always my dollar cost average zone. So why would I feel pain down here? Why would I feel pain down here? Why would I feel pain down here? It's not. It's just a buy opportunity. It's always been the buy opportunity. And anything that gets below here is a steal opportunity, right? Because this is still taking us back to the Coinbase listing pop, right? That run up, the rumor news, and then boom, we popped. So we're still holding fairly well. Again, guys, I've got the bottom line at the absolute floor. Like if I zoom all the way out here on Toshi, this is the absolute floor. We have still 544,000 followers. Our followers, not followers, holders, our number of holders has not even gone down during this whole process. We are selling off on extremely low volume. Like, notice the volume here. These are volume candles or volume sticks down at the bottom. Notice the volume when we pumped, right? Big. And then when we sold off, this is a lot of volume. But we've just been selling off, and the price has kind of been drifting lower on declining volume. So when you have a move that's going one way, and then your volume is also declining, as soon as any volume starts to kick in, it's going to absolutely explode. Like if you get a volume candle like this or like this or like this, even it doesn't even have to be this big. But if you just get like a volume candle somewhere in this mid range, I mean, you're talking about Toshi could be popping from, from 5 6s all the way up to 9 to 12 in a day, right? Like seemingly it can happen in a day. So continue, if you are going to hold this long term, and when I say long term, I'm saying for this cycle, okay? I'm saying for the next 3 to 12 months. It's a dollar cost average zone. I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't recommend you to do anything. You have to do your own research and do what you feel is comfortable, and obviously only invest what you're willing to, sit on the sidelines and kind of just hold and wait. But this is a perfect buying opportunity for me at 235 million market cap. From here, we're looking at $500 million market cap is 2x on your money. 700 is going to be around 3x on your money. Back to all-time highs here is going to be about 4.5x on your money. And as soon as we break all-time highs, you're talking about 5 to 15x like that. Okay, like very, very quickly. So do the math. And again, you want to be in as close to the floor as possible. Now, our resistance level still remains at 9. My story and narrative is still the same. As soon as we close over 9, I do not think that we ever come back down here again. Okay, not for this cycle. So the sooner we can close over 9 and get into like 11, like 9, 10, 11, I don't think our next pullback really takes us below 6s again. I don't think we see the 5s again. I think that those pullbacks will come, between 7 and 8, 7 and 9, and it'll just do that same song and dance here. So it'll look like something like this. It'll kind of pop up here, get rejected to come probably midway here. And then as soon as we kind of break through and close, I think that any future consolidation spot that we have is like in this range. It just stays like that. And then we continue to go higher. Again, can we go lower? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. What would be the next like area where I could see us coming down? Because again, everything's going to be dependent on Bitcoin. Okay. So if Bitcoin truthfully comes back down under 80,000 and it gets into those, low 80s, 70,000, well, of course, it's going to bring everything down. And if we do, I think that our floor is probably built up low 4s, right? Low 4s, high 3s. I think it'll be somewhere in this range. I think that'll probably be the optimal spot. The only thing that I'm looking at here on the daily chart that I do like, and this is a daily chart, so each candlestick is 1 day's action. The flush that we had today, I like that it was kind of like a blow off, right? Like it was like a capitulation, right? Where it's like a bunch of sellers either just got out of their position, got restless because they were in fear of the whole market, and then boom, immediately we just snapped up. So what I'm really going to watch for here is assuming we hold this level, that's going to be the low, okay? Now, if we lose that level, we're coming right down here. And what is here? It was all of the consolidation of the Coinbase listing. So that level, if I just kind of draw this line across, is about right here. Okay. So that's going to be low, mid 4s, maybe high 3s. Again, do I think it gets there? Probably not. Like 3s, I think it's going to be very hard to get to 3s, maybe 4s. But again, what I want to kind of emphasize is that if this wick holds here, look at what happens the last time we hit the steal zone. Look at the long wick here, right? Look at the last time we came close to the steal zone. Boom, big pop, right? So this time we did the same kind of action where we flushed through. And again, I want you guys technically to know something. This is the golden pocket. This is a 786 retracement here. So this pop has pulled all the way back to its GP, and it is just accumulation like a son of a bitch going on in here, which is good. That's bullish. You want to see that. You don't want to see us, have a 2, 3, 4 day run up and then immediately in 2 or 3 days we just come back down and we're all the way at the floor. No. That's not what you want to see. The chart may look like that, but there's a big story. There's a lot bigger, different picture going on. For one, we are not down at the floor. And 2, we are still holding the whole Coinbase listing floor. And 3, all we're doing is really coming back to the area where all these people who got in late and got scared because it pulled back on them, that's the only place that we came back to. this is still bullish momentum. Look at the orders are coming through right now. 2 million Toshi, 2 million Toshi, 2.5 million Toshi, 1.25K, 1.25K, 1,500. Like there's a lot of people still buying right now. So this is a perfect opportunity to buy. Just don't be the sucker who's buying way up here. Because if you are that sucker who's buying way up here and we do put in this blow off top and it comes back down again, guess what the sucker is going to be who's selling here for a loss? It's going to be you. Right? Don't let that be you. Be the person who makes money here. Be the person who makes 2 to 3x's here. Well, not 3x's. Be the person who makes 2x here. Be the person who makes 4x's here. Be the person who makes 6x's up here, right? 6 to 10x's up here once we break this. So be that person, right? Again, once this market eventually, whenever it wants to go, it goes. You are talking about potentially 5, 10, 15 billion dollar market cap here. I mean, if you just look at that alone, you could potentially be looking at 20, 25 X's on your money. That's absolutely insane. For what? Holding a little bit longer, for dollar cost averaging, for spreading the good word on, keeping the community's spirits uplifted. Don't be one of these people who is fudding the project. Don't be one of these people who's like, oh, the whole crypto market sucks and it's not coming back. Guys, bullshit. Of course it's going to come back, right? Of course, not only Toshi's going to come back, but everything's going to bounce back. Is it going to take a little bit of a hit? Yes, but that's what they want you. They want you to get so emotionally drained that you just give up your spot. I'm not moving out of the way and giving up my spot in line. Forget that nonsense. If you want to get out of your spot and allow someone else to take your spot, be my guest. But you're not going to cut me in line. Not when I've been accumulating all the way back here, not when I've been adding on this dip, not when I've been adding on this dip, and not when I added on this dip. You're not going to steal my dips. You're not going to steal my position, right? Again, know your charts. I'm not buying here. I'm not buying way up here on a green candle pop, and I sure as hell ain't buying here. I'm buying right there. I'm buying here. I'm buying down below in my steal zone, and I was buying here. So again, what you want to understand is that we are still holding, whoa, that's a big one. We are still holding this whole golden pocket. That looks kind of crazy, right? So with that being said, guys, just relax a little bit, enjoy yourselves. Again, I do like this previous day's candle here. I like that hammer candle. I really, really like that hammer candle. I'd like to see us close over that hammer candle today. So if we can close over this hammer candle today, we could potentially be looking at a dead cat bounce here that can take us back into the mid 7s, if not all the way back into the mid 8s. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to smash the like button on your way out, and I'll see all of you guys on the next one.